Welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Adia Your Pro Tips. Alright, so guys, I would like to tell you how I almost convert this particular 37 odds and 85 odds into something very close to 1 million naira with this particular options of any team to score 3 goals on a row, which is no. Actually, of recent, I derived this particular I derived a prompt to generate these particular predictions. So one of our audience decided to make use of these particular options and derived his own idea, and with his idea we were able to generate 85 odds. Okay, he sent the 85 odds to me and told me to edit this particular 85 odd, and I was able to get 37 odds. But unfortunately, the game that actually caught the two slips, I was unable to figure it out. Just one game actually caught this particular two slips. Alright, so combining the two odds together, because the potential winning from the two odds from the 87 or 85 odds and the other one, which happens to be 37 odds, was very close to 1 million naira. And these particular games that you guys are seeing actually messed the slip up, because it is unbelievable that I was unable to figure out that particular match. But when I checked their last previous games, it seems like these two teams, they played 1-1, and that's why I feel like their game should be tight. So for those that doesn't know what any teams to score 3 or more goals in a row means, is that any of these particular two teams must not score 3 goals consecutively. And this particular game ended up in 5-1. Like, they scored 5 goals on a row before their opponents eventually scored the last goals of the match. To be sincere, losing this particular game is actually painful, like seriously painful, but it's not as painful as the thing did not really pain me like the way it's pained the owner of this particular idea. So if you guys too want to have the accurate prompt for this particular market, I've made a video on how to make use of it. You guys are going to have it in the video description and also in the comment section. Actually, we were able to generate this large amount of odds yesterday because it happens to be weekends and we always have enough games to predict on. And for today, we don't have enough games to look into for this particular market, and we were able to generate just 5 odds for today's games. And probably let's see if we can combine tomorrow games to it, and let's see the kind of odds that we are going to generate from it. But I did mean that it is probably during weekends, then definitely it will be very easy for us to generate large amounts of odds, accurate odds. So if you happen to be someone that doesn't really have time for doing analysis on strategies like that, maybe you don't have the time to sit down maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, or 30 minutes doing analysis, there's something that you guys can do. I've already made a video on the prompt. You guys can actually make use of the prompt to generate your predictions based on this same market. And if you want me to break down this particular market step by step using the manual method, because the idea that the modification that the owner of this particular idea of that 85 odds use is based on the manual analysis. You know, the automatic prediction is based on the AI, and the AI can only generate up to like maybe 10 games or 20 games for you in a day. Depends on the total amount of games that actually meet up with the requirements. Alright, so now combining tomorrow games to it, and we are able to generate just 7 odds. So don't worry, by weekend guys, we are going to generate something very similar to what we experienced yesterday. It's 5 odd, 100 odd, and I'm very sure if we can combine Saturday and Sunday games together, we should surely get enough games to predict on. Alright, so even though I didn't win, this strategy has a real potential. It taught me that with better discipline and fewer selections, I can actually win big. I'm sharing this so others can learn from my experience. So see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.